It is finally done! Woohoo! Temple Dash is finished and is now, as we speak, on the workshop. So go check it out after watching this video, of course. In this episode, Temple Dash episode 3, we're going to work on the top section of the chain lift, as you just saw there. And also we're going to work on the section besides the coaster station, as you can see here. And we're gonna work on the food court underneath the temple, where you can go to after riding this coaster to get your snacks and go to the toilet because you might have pooped yourself. In this episode I also show a POV of the end result. And yeah, let's jump in. Alright, for the first part we're starting to work on the section before the station, and I thought it would be a really cool idea to bring back these arches from the station and have some kind of like bridge entrance to the station. So meaning building a bridge that the coaster goes over, and then you've got that brake section there, and then build a bridge that can continue going straight to the station, so it's a little end section, so to say. Wasn't quite sure. I wanted it to look a little bit abandoned, so I'm using these broken down pieces of wood, which I later on delete sections from. So yeah, this is kind of what it looks like after the bridge is finished. After putting down this section, I also decided that it needs some support, so I put those down too. Then we're going to work on the other side of the bridge, and here also the bridge is old and collapsed, so I'm building these side beams that used to hold the bridge and extending it from the already working bridge, and then making it just collapse on this side, because the idea I had was it would be really cool to have some kind of island that the bridge was going for, because it would be weird to just have a bridge and not have a function. So most of the stuff that I build all needs to have a function. So a bridge, the whole idea of a bridge is to go from one side to the other. So that's the reason why I put this big rock down there. And obviously we're going to build something on top of that so that there's a function that the bridge there is there. So yeah, here we go. This is what it looks like once the bridge is done. It's starting to already take shape, and I'm very happy with the way this looks so far. And I had a good idea what I was going to build on the rock where the bridge was supposed to go, which is a little outlook, I'd say. I think that's what you call it, an outlook. But it has some stuff stored there, like some boxes and all that sort of thing. And then also, obviously this had to be looking like it was quite ruined and old and abandoned. So I'm just showing you here how I was kind of leveling out the tower and what the basic shape was gonna look like. So after some building, we finished half the tower. Oh, it's just so satisfying to make these little quick building summary videos. So I started expanding. Obviously the tower wasn't finished, so working on the top half, I wanted to kind of introduce a similar kind of roof that we've done throughout this blueprint so far. So all abandoned. If you look at the station, you can't really see it now, but from the previous episode there's a wooden skeleton on which we lay these arches, or these beams, marble beams that you can see here me using, and we just lay them on top of the wooden skeleton that we've kind of make. So having done all these top layers, I was like, I can use these blocks, but I couldn't, so I ended up using the beams that I've used for everything else as well. And it works quite well. If you use the resize tool and you make it at the smallest size, you just copy these arches and then drag them to each side. Now all it needed was just a wooden skeleton. Pretty much the same way as we've made the coaster station. The same way I'll be making another roof soon, which you'll have to say. So I'm just putting down a wooden skeleton, and then, like with the station, just covering them up using these marble pieces, and then organize them a little bit so it looks like it's abandoned. And this is what we ended up with. I also added some more clutter to the tower so that it looks like it's actually been used. Then I thought it would be a good idea to also have some kind of small ruin or small temple in the loop. Well, it's not really a loop, but like the left-hander before you go into the station. There was a little bit of room there, so I thought it would be cool to have this old ruin with a grave in the middle. How do you call it? A tomb, I guess. A tomb. So I thought that would be really cool. So I'm using these pillars, making it look little. Like here you go, and you see the kind of the idea that I had, but I couldn't really find a good piece to use to make it look like a tomb. So I used this fancy stone-looking thingy and add some like trims to it, and I thought it looked really cool, so yeah. While we're at it, might as well put the roof on. As you've realized, I say a lot of times that things look cool. It's just my lack of English vocabulary, I guess. So I started then working on the loop section. In the second episode, you see me making this cover with bricks that you see me selecting. So I just extend that and put some kind of arch on top, and then extend that as well, and it looks like this. As with the roofs that we've previously made for the station, for instance, we always built the structure with wood. Then we build a wooden skeleton, which looks like this. And then after making the wooden skeleton, we add these beams on like we've done in the last few episodes for every roof that we've made. And we're doing that the same here for the looping section. So after some beams, it looks like this. I then decided that if I deleted some of the blocks on the inside, it will actually look so much better. I also polished the outside of the building a little bit, so now it looks like this. And then I decided I put 2 more arches down in the middle of the track. Why, you might ask? Well, I don't really know. Now looking at everything, it looks like this, and I'm very happy with the way this all turned out. The loop on the left side on the top looks really cool, and the 2 buildings and the arches and the bridge come together really well. So now all it really needs is just some nature. And what a coincidence! I love making nature! So, here we go! Let's add some nature! Put down some rocks, and I was thinking of, on the left side of the station we have a little water feature, and I thought it would be really cool to extend that water feature, or have another type of water feature. So I'm using these really awesome water panels that really look like water. So you can include water in your blueprints, which is cool. I just really hoped that they did the same thing in Planet Coaster as they've done in Planet Zoo, where you can make blueprints with water and terrain. But maybe that's something to come in the future. For now, we'll make do with the water panels that we have. So let's add some water here and some rocks. And then also at the bottom part of the looping, I decided to make some water features there as well. So that looks like this. On the exit, as you exit the loop, I also added some more trims and installed some rocks. Now all it really needed was some nature and greenery to make it all blend in with the rest of the buildings that we've built so far. So I spent some time placing down some bushes and hanging down some vines. After some time, this is what we ended up with. You can see the vines on the inside and a little bit on the outside. And some vines on the roof and some creepy crawlers on the inside. I then started to incorporate everything together. I realized I need a lot of rubble and pieces that make it look like it's old and abandoned. So you see me placing this wall piece down. Now this is a rocky wall looking piece or fence. It's on the fence category. So if you're looking for this piece particular, it's in the fence category. But if you sink them in the terrain, like you see me doing here, it gives a little bit of a abandoned, crumbling down looking vibe, which is exactly what I was going for. So you can multicolor these, sink them into your terrain, and you have rubble. I then spent ages on putting down some dirt decals, some plants, and some vines, and some rocks. But Book, what does it look like? Give us the speed build. Okay, here it is.
Nice.
Sorry about that. And I literally did the same thing to the back of the temple. All it needs is rocks, some rubble, and some plants. So I ended up spending another wee while on doing the back of the temple. Oh, I'm sorry. I like stupid shit like that. You know these beams that are always on the roof of my builds so far? These beams? I spent some time putting these beams all over the place just for rubble purposes. One more thing that I really wanted to make was a water feature. Another water feature. You know, in the first section of this episode, I install a water feature there, just underneath the bridge. It really felt like it needed a purpose, so I decided to build a little waterfall. I mean, why would there be a random puddle of water if there is no waterfall or stream or something? So I felt like I needed a waterfall or something. So here we go, a waterfall. Damn it, I forgot to move my cursor. Sorry. After that, I spent a little bit of time putting down some plants and some vines and some water plants and some more plants and some fences and another fence, one more fence there, and one more fence. Now I hear you thinking, Book, what are you going to do with the top section after the chain lift? Well, I thought it would be a cool idea to... It's funny when I imitate you guys. I can't believe I think that's what you guys sound like. But I thought it would be the cool idea to make some kind of treasure chamber. So this golem that you see when you enter, that it's guarding something. So I thought I'd turn this into some kind of treasure chamber with a contraption that opens the door using some animations, some animatronics, and also a trap, and obviously a lot of little treasure pieces to put down. So the first thing that we're going to do is use these animation pieces that we've used in the past to make the golems, and make some kind of door contraption that unlocks as you approach it, and that it looks like it blends in with the walls that I will surround the room with. It was again really hard to find the right angle here. You can see me playing around. You see me open the door and close it, and it's just hard because somehow I didn't know why it wasn't staying on the same spot, but instead it was going outwards. And then I thought, what if I put the door right above the animation pieces? And that seemed to have worked. Now it just operates as a hinge like a real door. Et voila! A working door! Then it was time to build the contraption that opens the door. I was thinking of having like a locking mechanism, and so I built this system where kind of the door unlocks. They both go downwards, but on a different angle, as you can see here on the animation. And then I just put up some fancy looking axes, and it just looks really cool. Then the next thing to do was putting a flooring in, and I thought it would look really cool if I've got some of these marble blocks following the track. But also we actually did put a floor in and some walls, and we decorated the outside. Then it was time to work a little bit on the trap. And I thought it would be really cool to have axes swinging at you as you approach the treasure chamber. So I'm building these animated axes that kind of swing. But again, it was really annoying to program, and I hope Planet Coaster makes it a little bit less painful than it currently is. But it ended up working out well, as you can see. Then it was time to put some cool looking things in a treasure chamber. Obviously it needed all sorts of treasures, so I decided to go with two little altars, one on the left and one on the right. I'm building the one on the right, as you can see here, and put down a crap load of treasures. So this is what it looks like. Beware, the following footage contains ultra-visual sensory experiences and audio ASMR. Make sure you wear an extra pair of underwear. Oh, that was so good. On the second chain lift, I installed some wheels so that it looks like when the car goes up there that the chain is being moved by these big wheels. And I just thought it looked really cool. I also put down some pillars and some more of these beams that you can see here. I also installed a waterfall in the looping section. Then it was time to start working underneath the temple. I brought the balding in from both sides, but I couldn't really do anything with this building unless the ceiling was actually polished and looking okay. There was pieces poking out everywhere, so I spent some time polishing up the ceiling so that I can actually do something with it. Then the next section was doing some pathing underneath to get a rough layout of what I wanted to make. I wasn't quite sure where I was going with all of this. All I knew that I was really struggling with this pathing. They made the new pathing tool a little bit too complicated, or I'm just not using it correctly. Anyway, the idea was to make a little food court, so I was thinking of at least 1 or 2 food stands, and then having a little shop to sell balloons, also a toilet and some seating areas where people can just sit down and eat. I also wanted to do some funny things with some of the animatronics, but you'll see later on what I mean. So this is kind of the rough layout of the food court. Then it was time to put down some shops and look what shops I actually wanted to put down. So I ended up going with Chief Beef, the Looney Balloons, and also toilets. So not much, but it was enough. I then placed down some walls to make sure that all the shops are connected, and then that you're not looking at this ugly ass wall. Oh yeah, and then I also put down some trees inside. After that, I spent some time putting down some more rocks and making sure that the backdrop above the shops is not really an ugly, plain looking wall made from those marble pieces from the outside of the temple. So I thought put down lots of rocks and some plants and all that sort of stuff, and some little pieces of scenery. But here is a 30-second speed build of the food court, and it's gonna be very satisfying. So again, make sure you wear extra underwear. I hope you enjoyed that little speed build. This is the end result of the food court. As you can see, it's really nice and cozy and warm looking. So let's have a better look at it, and also check out the POV of the coaster. Yeah, it's finished! Finally, after 3 long episodes. We did it! This is what it looks like, and I'm so happy with it, to be honest. It turned out way better than I anticipated. And oh, look at this. I can't wait to show you guys the POV. But first we're gonna have a look around, and then we'll do the POV, because I want to show you guys the temple in real life as well. So here, temple dash, entrance. Let's just go walk this way. There's a little temple with a tomb in here, or a grave, whatever you call it. And as you can hear, I put some like sound effects in as well. Sounds really cool. And this looks so epic. With the little water feature here, and the bridge here. This looks so cool. Made like custom lampposts. They look really cool. This one's floating. Not very cool. Let's solve that. It's a little bit on the path. I'll put it here. Epic. This one too. They are a little bit on the path for some reason. This one's not too bad. Here we go. We've got the food court. So you enter in through the back here. And this is the food court. Or I call it food court, but there's only, in all reality, just one stand. And you've got the car passing by. This looks so cool on the ground. You've got the top and the bottom part. Here you've got the loop, and yeah, the waterfall here just looks so cool. And it's perfectly splits the one on the left and the right, and you get like, you can get wet as well, which is cool. So here we've got the food court. Here we've got some fish, and this guy is peeing in the fish pond. And here we've got some toilets, and here we've got some more seating, and here we've got, oh, I didn't hide this one. I'm now gonna have to update the blueprint, damn it. Anyway, here we've got the whack-a-totem. I thought it would be funny. I have little hammers and then, you know, whack-a-totem, whack-a-mole, the game. So it would be cool. More seating. And here we've got balloons. A little statue. And some chief beef. With beef. Beef. Yeah, it just looks really nice, I think. It looks so good at with all the lighting. This is really dark, and this new game, the new lighting mechanics just works so well when it's dark. And this is like the entrance on the other side. So you go here and you walk all the way to the back there. And then here you've got the little side part and the coaster. So why don't we hop on Temple Dash? Follow these guys through here. So the queue. It's very nice. Go up here. Up down here. And then here you go into the temple. And it's some more rubble. There's some statues covered in crap. So why don't we hop on the ride? I'll show you the coaster stats actually. Just so you all, for whoever is interested. I really don't give a crap about what the stats are. But some people might do. A little bit over 1.5 minutes, so it's not a long ride, but it is a good ride. 723 meters. Pretty good. Max speed 76 kilometers an hour. Biggest drop 16 meters. Is not very. It's not very intense. I'm gonna just pause it right here so that we can jump on this. Cool. Let's pop on this thing and watch the POV. And that was the POV. I hope you enjoyed that. I just realized I got a little speak here. So I was supposed to hear a sound here, but like a roar, but it's somehow not recording or not here. I don't hear anything. But I wanted to show you guys the inside of this little section here and show you. I'll just let a car come up so that you can see what actually happens in here. So you've got pay attention, close attention to the door and these axes at the ceiling. The door opens and then the axes come and swing as like a little trap. I thought that was cool. So I put that in. And then here you've got these like wheels that bring you to the top. I thought that was really cool. And then you've got like the first drop. And then they shoot into this loop, which looks really cool. I love how this turned out. I know swinging mine train's not supposed to have loops, but I just think it works so well here in the temple as well. And I love this section too, where you like pretty much just go around left and right. It just looks so much fun. And I love the water features. And then you pop over this broken down bridge. And then you're back at the station. Overall it's a little bit of a tame ride, quite slow, but it's definitely for all the family members and not just for like all the people. I'm gonna check out the nighttime as well, because I added some lighting as well, which I thought was really cool. Look at this. This looks really cool. This looks epic. It's very cozy now, I have to say. Here you've got some cool looking light. And here it's nicely lit up. And here the staircase. And inside here, of course. Looks very nice. On the back I didn't do too many lighting. Just one light here and a light there. And a light here. And obviously on the inside it looks the same because it already is done. Look at this. Entrances look so cool. It's so cool. I love this. And I'd like this to be a little bit darker. And here's some more lights to bring you around here. Yeah. So that's the blueprint. We have done it. We finished the blueprint series, and I guess we go start the next one, or we go and start a park, which is something I really want to do as well. Work on the park, and but you'll have to wait what I decide in the next episode. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. There's so many people watching these videos, and I'm a bit flabbergasted. I'm gonna get you. Oh, what? I love this from the Planet Coaster. Look at all these balloons. So also, the blueprint is now on the workshop, so make sure you go check it out as well. I'll put a link down in the description for you guys. At the time of recording this, we are on 600 subscribers, and I just can't believe it, because only a month ago I was on 300. So it's literally doubled over 2 videos. That's insane. But I hope you all liked it. Thank you all so much for watching this episode. I hope you all like the end result as much as I do. And I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe, because 98% of the people watching my videos are not subscribed. So smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.